channel. My name is Sajeta and we shall be continuing with the Romantic period. We were talking about William Wordsworth and his works. So, The World is Too Much With Us is one of his works, and it is a sonnet by him. In it, he criticizes the world of the first industrial revolution for being absorbed in materialism and distancing itself from nature. Composed in 1802, the poem was first published in Poems in 2 volumes in 1807, and like most Italian sonnets, its 14 lines are written in iambic pentameter. I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud, also called Daffodils, written in 1807, a poem in 2 volumes. Then we have Ode Intimations of Immortality. I think it's Intimations of Immortality and bigger title, I suppose. The Solitary Reaper, 1804, poems in 2 volumes. The World is Too Much With Us, discussed, London, 1802. Written in 1807, again a poem in 2 volumes. To the Cuckoo, The Excursion, written in 1814 and written in 9 books. The Prelude, 1815, in 14 books, and it's autobiographical. The Borderers, The Only Play, inverse tragedy, written in 1842. Michael, a pastoral poem, part of the Lyrical Ballads, 1800 edition. Descriptive sketches. My Heart Leaps Up When I Behold, 1807, poems in 2 volumes. Repentance, a pastoral ballad. And this title doesn't seem to be a recognized work by Wordsworth and may need some kind of verification or correction, because in a lot of books it's not given. So that is something. And Ode to Duty, written in 1807, it's again a poem in 2 volumes. To a Skylark. The Recluse, this is a projected work by Wordsworth, of which only parts were correct. Laudania, 1815, 1845. Peterman, 1819. Guide to the Lakes, 1810. Delicate Stanzas, 1807, poem in 2 volumes. Resolution and Independence, 1807, poem in 2 volumes. The Leech Gatherer, Resolution and Independence. Nuts fret not at their converts, narrow row. Prefatory Sonnet, 1802, written in Petrarchan form. It's a Petrarchan sonnet. The rhyme scheme is ABBA, ABBA, CDD, CCD. And it's also called a sonnet upon sonnet. The Tables Turned, written in 1798, published in Lyrical Ballads. And there's a criticism on Wordsworth, where Matthew Arnold refers to him as he's not fully recognized at home, he's not recognized at all abroad. Yet I firmly believe that the poetical poem of Wordsworth is, after that of Shakespeare and Milton, undoubtedly most considerable in our language. So it's a kind of a praise for Wordsworth. John Keats, we all know, he talks about the egotistical sublime of Wordsworth. Tennyson called Wordsworth, he has uttered nothing base. Browning on Wordsworth, a moral eunuch. Shelley criticized Wordsworth, referring to him as simple and dull. William Wordsworth has a deep influence on Thomas Hardy. According to Hardy, The Leech Gatherer by Wordsworth was his best cure for despair. So different authors have different, I suppose, views on Wordsworth. William Hazlitt says Wordsworth was not a truly great poet and the spoiled child of disappointment. So yeah, that is something. Now we come to the Lyrical Ballads, written in 1798 and 1800. It contains total 23 poems, 19 by Wordsworth and 4 by Coleridge. Lyrical Ballads with a few other poems is a collection of poems by Wordsworth and Coleridge, published in 1798. Most of the poems of Lyrical Ballads were written by Wordsworth, while Coleridge contributed only 5. Rime of the Ancient Mariner, like 4 in the first edition and 1 in the second. The second edition appeared in 1800 along with preface to Lyrical Ballads in 2 volumes. The other edition was published in 1802 Wordsworth added an appendix titled Poetic Diction, in which he expanded the ideas set forth in the preface in the edition of 1802. Now, the French Revolution had a great influence on lyrical ballads. The poem The Convict by Wordsworth was there in 1798 edition, but it was omitted in the 1800 edition and added Love by Coleridge. In the preface, Wordsworth claims that the rigid aesthetics of neoclassical poetry are arbitrary and distort the freedom and naturalness of poetic expression. So he was more into the flexible ideas of writing poetry. The 1798 edition has a short advertisement as an introduction to ascertain how far the language of conversation in the middle and lower class of society is adapted for the purpose of poetic pleasure. In lyrical ballets, Wordsworth said, "Poetry is the breath and a finer spirit of all knowledge." The preface is also called a manifesto of romanticism, and contribution by Coleridge in lyrical ballets. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. It remained in all four editions of lyrical ballads, which are 1798, 1800, 1802 and 1805 edition. The Foster Mother Tale, it is a dramatic fragment from Coleridge's 1797 play, Lothario, called Foster Mother Tale. The Nightingale, it is included in the 1798 edition. The Dungeon, Love, it was added in the 1800 edition, and The Convict by Wordsworth was omitted in its place. Michael, Ruth and the Brothers are the poems that appeared in the 1800 edition of lyrical ballads. In this work, Wordsworth gave his famous definition of poetry, which is well known, and which is poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. It takes its origin from emotion recollected in tranquility. Wordsworth stated the purpose in publishing the lyrical ballads in his preface as to choose incidents from common life and to relate or describe them as far as possible in a selection of language rarely used by men. Quotes from lyrical ballads: "Nature never did betray the heart that loved her. Rest and be thankful. Come, grow old with me. The best is yet to be." Bliss it was in that dawn to be alive, but to be young was very heaven. The child is the father of the man, and I could wish my days to be bound each to each by natural piety. My heart leaps up when I behold. That's where this is taken from. My heart leaps up when I behold a rainbow in the sky. Again from the same source. The poet binds together by passion and knowledge the vast empire of human society. The flower that smells the sweetest is shy and lonely. All things that love the sun are out of doors. Poetry is the breath and finer spirit of all knowledge. It is the impassioned expression, which is the countenance of all science. Now we come to preface to lyrical ballads, and it is an essay composed by Wordsworth, which was published in the second edition in Jan 1801, often called the 1800 edition of lyrical ballads. The essay's opening lines, the first volume of these poems, has already been submitted to page 50 of 54 for general perusal. And these are the various things that have been included in the preface to lyrical ballads. I wish to start it again from the beginning in the next lecture so that we can have a new topic, a fresh topic to begin with. So I will stop here for now, and I hope you liked the lecture. If you liked it,